All right, so if you're running one particular kind of offer in your business, then it might actually be hurting your sales and the number of people that you're closing. And I want to quickly run through a framework which you can use to determine whether or not your offer or offers are actually hurting your business or not. So without further ado, let's quickly go through what this framework looks like. So the first thing we're going to want to take a look at is the kind of quadrant here, which is the top we have broad, which let me just change the pen here to just a regular middle thickness one. So we have broad offers, specific offers, specific if I can spell it, and then we have the same for your niche. Now, I'm actually stealing this from Paul Daley, who was the former CEO of Educate by Iman Gadzi and now kind of runs the Daily 7, kind of helping coaching-based businesses and online service businesses. And he talked about this probably like 6-12 months ago now. And it really resonated with me to the point where now I've been kind of working with a few clients I have over the past couple of years. And I didn't realize how massively important this was because I too was suffering from this problem, but I've noticed how much of a powerful effect it has on existing bigger businesses that are my clients. So if we're going to divide this into a quadrant, what you want to be focusing on with your offer is focusing diagonally here. And what I mean by that is you don't want to do this with your offer and your niche. You want to do this. And the reason that's so important is because let's say if we zoom out a minute and come over here somewhere else, let's say you run like just say a marketing agency, a graphic design agency or something. If you have a fairly broad offer, which is, I don't know, we help, let's say, doctors get more leads, right? Fairly broad. And also, so where is this broad? More leads is very broad and doctors is also broad. Whereas this could be, we help, let's say, brain doctors, for instance, get 30 leads per month. That is more specific and targets a more specific niche and a specific offer. You could go even more specific with this brain doctors in state or in country or in county, wherever you are in the world. And then you could go 30 leads in 90 days, whatever it might be. And, or you get your money back type of thing. But that just gives you a comparison between broad niche, broad offer, and specific offer, specific niche. The caveat here is that obviously I would say, I'm even a living example of this. If you have less than, I would say, let me go up even more. If you have less than a few clients, and I mean, if you're really just starting out and you only have like 1 to 5 clients, probably through nepotism or something, or just local area connections, online connections, whatever it might be, you don't really need to worry about this because the reason you probably got these in the first place is because of a video I'll talk about in the future, which is actually to do with kind of bleeding neck offers and offers that are slightly similar to. And those are basically offers where people have found you at the right place at the right time. You might have done cold calling if it wasn't nepotism. You might have done any kind of email marketing, cold calling, cold emailing practice, which put you in a position where you called someone or emailed someone that happened to see your email or hear you on a cold call, and they just needed you at that moment. They were in a position where they were interested by you on the call or whatever your script might have been, or interested by your email and just saw you and thought, let's do this, let's try this out. However, once you get over your first 5 clients, once you get over those first few consistent recurring sales, there's this gray area. And I'd say this gray area is actually huge. This gray area is probably the size of the 5+ clients if you're in like a service-based business, all the way up to the point where you probably have, well, it's not necessarily, you can't really put this down to the number of clients unless it's like a volume-based client business, but let's say like 100, probably like 1 million clients, to be honest. Like, yeah, I'm going to actually put like 1 million, like 1 million plus. So it's basically from just starting out, so yeah, 5+ clients all the way up to when you have like a 9, 10 plus figure a year business, basically, in terms of like 9, 10 plus figures year in revenue. And the reason this gray area is so important is because if you actually want to stand out in the market as a growing business, you kind of need to go one step at a time. And this is kind of getting a little bit more technical with this specific framework I'm on about. But let's say if you currently have like 40 clients in a niche, right? Then you know for a fact, just based on the maths, that niche has way more than 40 clients in it, unless it is ultra, ultra, ultra specific. Like right now, you might be helping, I don't know, chiropractors, or I just put chiro. That's very broad, right? However, you could go like level 1 specific, which is, that's specific. Level 1 specific, which could be like, I don't know, upper body chiropractors, if that is even a thing. I have no idea. That's level 1. Level 2 could be something like, I don't know, neck chiropractors. If these are even a thing, I have no idea. But you kind of get what I mean by each level. And the real like final level could be something like, I don't know, spine chiropractors in state, right? In a certain area, right? So you're targeting local based, and that's kind of like final level of specifics, right? And my writing is terrible. I apologize, but you kind of get where I'm going with how if you want to start growing the business, you want to lead with an offer like this, or a framework of broad and specific in terms of offer and niche, because right here, between all of these, I may need to make that much bigger actually. Between all of these, you probably have at least, like, I would say 50, actually that's terrible. I'm just going to go back to the black pen. You have 50 to probably 500K a month per like segment, if that makes sense, per niche segment. Because that is how, if you've ever done the maths, like if you have, say, 1.5 million chiropractors in the US, that's probably, if you're charging them like 1.5K a month, that's 1.5K a month times 1.5 million chiropractors. And if you were to become the biggest chiropractic marketing agency in the US, that is what I mean by maxing out the industry. And of course, it's rare to get everybody in an industry because some of them are completely offline, whatever it might be, or too big and they don't want to work with you. But you get how this entire framework is to basically get you out of that initial startup hurdle of the first few clients. And now you're in a position where your offer, and whether it's specific or broad, and your niche, whether it's specific or broad, is actually determining whether you're going to be able to actually target the right people at the right time and grow the business effectively. So I hope that helps, and that should really cover things for you. Alrighty, so thanks again for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like and consider subscribing if you did find it valuable. And as always, link below to check out the 9 steps to helping you actually get more clients in a full, extensive breakdown of that linked in the description below. But with that being said, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.